Okay, stand by for Larry. 3, 2, 1.
Tonight, high courtroom drama. With us now in Boston is Eleanor Frutt, attorney for Lindsay Dole.
Good evening, Larry.
Miss Frutt, your client shoots a former client, and she's raised battered woman syndrome as a defense.
That's correct. We typically think of a battered woman as a wife, with the batterer being the husband. But the syndrome is not confined to domestic relationships.
Okay, but how did Lawrence O'Malley batter her?
Well, without getting into the details of our defense, he threatened to kill her. My client was in reasonable fear for her life at the time Mr. O'Malley showed up.
And this is different from self-defense. How?
Self-defense would be an objective standard. Was it reasonable for the defendant to use deadly force? Here, it's more of a subjective test. Was it reasonable for Lindsay Dole, in her particular mental state, to use force? And this is where battered woman syndrome applies.
No love lost between you and the district attorney.
Kenneth Walsh is a fine prosecutor, but he typically lets his thirst for vengeance color his actions, and he's doing so here.
It's a deliberate attempt to contaminate the jury. I want her gagged right now.
Let's add free speech to the list of things you hate.
That wasn't free speech, Eleanor.
Let's wipe some of the foam off your mouth.
She attacked me personally, Your Honor.
If you feel libeled, I suggest you sue me.
This is not starting off well. Mr. Walsh, I am loath to issue gag orders. And if I might share with you an inside tip, the book on you is, you're less effective in the room when angry. And I would guess Miss Frutt is attempting to get you in that state. And you might be best served by ignoring her out-of-court antics.
When those antics are for the purpose of influencing the jury...
I will watch the tape and decide if she went too far. Now, as a warning to both of you, keep it professional.
You know, I'm tired of your piss-ass crap. I'm tired of your firm's piss-ass crap. You made a big mistake, Eleanor, and your client's gonna pay for it for the rest of her life, you piss-ass, scum-crap, dirt bastard.
You seem mad.
Thanks. We've got a problem.
What?
Walsh just filed a last-minute motion. He wants an unavailable witness instruction given to the jury.
Who's the unavailable witness?
Bobby.
We have to prove guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. That's our burden. Certainly, Bobby Donald has the right not to testify. But if he exercises that right, the jury should know it's not the prosecution's fault for failing to produce a single witness.
That's not what he's trying to do. He's waving a flag for the jury. Hey, Bobby Donald's not talking. He must be hiding something.
What's your proposed instruction, Mr. Walsh?
Mr. Donald was present during the shooting. The defense, but not the prosecution, could have called Mr. Donald as a witness. They did not do so. You may infer that had Mr. Donald been called, he would have given testimony unfavorable to Miss Dole.
That is outrageous. It renders spousal privilege meaningless.
Mr. Young.
He brought this motion for them, the media. He wants it in print that Bobby Donald had something to hide.
If I wanted to talk to the media, I would have went right to the morning news shows like you people.
All right. Mr. Young, Bobby Donald is on your witness list. If you plan to call him, this motion is moot.
We shouldn't have to declare our hand now. It's our right to call him. It's our right not to.
You're not the only one with rights. Bobby Donald was the only one in the room. If he doesn't want to testify, fine. But the jury shouldn't punish the Commonwealth for his unavailability.
Mr. Walsh, your motion is denied. We are adjourned until 1 o'clock, at which point trial will start. Come back here with evidence. Leave the nonsense at the door.
Both sides are expected to open today. Tomorrow, the prosecution will call its first witness.
We set? Okay. Bobby, something to think about. The motion they just brought, it may have been just for the press, but Walsh could have had another motive.
Which is?
To force you to take the stand. If they got that instruction, we would have no choice but to call you, and it makes me nervous that he wants you up there.
Or he wants us to think that so I don't testify.
Shouldn't we go?
I'm staying here with Rebecca. You'll look more sympathetic, Lindsay, without an army.
We went over this, Eugene.
I know, I'm just going over it again.
Why?
Because I want so much to be in that room, and I want you to know that. We all love you. Every one of us. And whether we're here or in there, we're with you. And we're ready for this.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm glad Lawrence O'Malley took 3 in the chest. The man, as you'll hear, was an accused murderer, a cannibal. The politically correct term for him would be damaged. And a part of me thinks Lindsay Dole did us all a favor. I would have liked to have shot him. But I wouldn't have. Nor would any of you, because we have a law against revenge killings. There are rules against firing 3 bullets point blank into an unarmed man. It's called murder. The evidence will show that the defendant executed Lawrence O'Malley. Simple as that. She just shot him dead in cold blood. As viscerally satisfying as it may be, this was first-degree homicide. It was murder.
Lindsay Dole doesn't even remember shooting Lawrence O'Malley. That moment is completely blacked out. And the evidence will show that her brain quite likely went black before she pulled the trigger. 3 years ago, Lindsay Dole was stabbed 3 times by a client. She nearly died. Last year, she was stalked and threatened by a serial killer who was also a client. Here, after defending Lawrence O'Malley for multiple killings, she was stalked by him. He threatened to kill her. He showed up at her door in violation of a restraining order, entered her house, and this time, Lindsay snapped. All of those clients came back into her head. They were all personified by Lawrence O'Malley standing in her house, threatening to kill her, and this time she just snapped. By the way, if Lindsay hadn't snapped, she'd be dead now. No question.
You were representing the victim.
Yes. The defendant was trying to have Mr. O'Malley civilly committed. I was acting as Mr. O'Malley's counsel.
What was the disposition of that motion?
The petition was denied. Mr. O'Malley was not committed.
And Miss McConigal, What happened after the judge made her ruling?
Well, Ms. Dole was not happy with the outcome. She then approached Mr. O'Malley.
Did she do or say anything?
Yes. She said to him, "Come near me, I'll kill you."
Were those her exact words?
Those were her exact words.
Thank you.
You said my client brought the motion to have Mr. O'Malley committed. Wasn't that motion brought by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Your client is close friends with Helen Gamble, a district attorney.
Who brought the motion, Miss McGonigal? Lindsay Dole or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Technically, the state.
Did Mr. Walsh ask you to leave that part out?
Objection.
Sustained.
You testified that my client was not happy by the ruling. She was a little more than not happy, wasn't she?
Well,
She jumped up in court and called the judge crazy. Did you not hear that?
I heard it.
As far as courtroom decorum goes, she was out of control, wasn't she?
I'm not going to have you put the words "out of control" in my mouth, counsel.
Did it get to a point where the judge had to threaten Miss Dole with contempt?
That's an interpretation. The judge never used the word contempt.
I see. So it would be your interpretation that Lindsay was not happy.
Yes.
Thank you. By the way, in your opposition to Mr. O'Malley's commitment, you argued that instead of incarceration, Mr. O'Malley should receive treatment, did you not?
Yes.
And as one vested in safeguarding his interests, did you take any steps to see to it that he got that treatment?
I was vested in safeguarding his legal interests.
You stood before the court, opposed to his being committed, said, "Let's get him treatment." And after the ruling, you just said goodbye, doing nothing to help him get the treatment? Is it because you really didn't think he needed the treatment, or that you just couldn't be bothered?
Objection.
No, I am sorry, but I will not conceal my disgust here. Mr. O'Malley might not be dead had this witness done her
Objection.
job. You kept him on the street, you took your fee, and you
Objection.
did nothing.
Miss Front!
Well, at least you make for a great witness.
Miss Front, you are one remark away from a jail cell.
Did I go too far?
I don't think so. We had to pop her. She took a side. We had to pop her.
Who's up next?
They go to forensics now.
The blood spatter evidence shows the victim to be here, approximately 15 feet from the shooter. Mr. Donald would have been here.
You can tell that from...
The blood spatter on his clothing.
So he would have been between the victim and the defendant?
Correct.
Any blood on Miss Dole's clothing?
No, she was too far away.
And Mr. Ilitch, were you able to determine if Mr. O'Malley was moving at the time he was shot?
He was either standing still or moving backwards.
How can you tell that, sir?
The trajectory of the wounds. Also, if he'd been moving forward at all, his momentum likely would have caused him to fall face down. He was found on his back.
Is it your testimony that it would be impossible for the victim to have been moving forward at the time he was shot?
Not impossible. I'm speaking in likelihoods.
I'm looking at the positioning here. Bobby Donald was close to being in the line of fire, wasn't he?
Well, no. He was off to the side, so the line of fire...
Well, he was between the shooter and the victim. Not exactly a safe place to be, is it, Mr. Ilitch?
No.
And yet, his wife fired. Did it make you wonder whether she had just snapped?
Objection.
I'm only asking if the expert crime analyst wondered.
I'll allow it.
Did you wonder?
I just analyze bloodstain patterns. I don't get into mental states.
You're up here to convince the jury that the victim wasn't moving forward. The only relevance of that, I'd assume, goes to whether Lindsay thought she was in danger. That goes to her mental state, does it not?
Indirectly, yes.
Indirectly. Mr. Ilitch, can you make a representation here as to Miss Dole's mental state or not?
I'm not going to make any such representation.
Thank you.
Yes, it is an emergency. There's an intruder in my house.
Where is he?
His name is Lawrence O'Malley. He's here in violation of a restraining order. He's dangerous, and I need for you to send somebody now. The address is 1312 Beacon Street, apartment 4.
That sounded pretty calm.
Objection?
Sustained.
Mr. Forbes, in the background, we can hear other voices.
Yes, those voices were identified as belonging to Mr. Donnell and the victim, Lawrence O'Malley.
Were you able to detect what they were saying?
Yes. We were able to both isolate and enhance their conversation.
Okay.
Yes, it is an emergency. There's an intruder in my house.
What's wrong?
I promise I'm not here to cause anybody any harm. I just need to talk to her, please.
That's when she hung up?
Thank you, Mr. Forbes.
You have no idea what transpired after she hung up.
Well, I know she shot him.
Yes, between the time she hung up and she fired, you don't know what was said or what happened, correct?
Correct.
The defense is expected to begin tomorrow with their psychiatric evidence. Dr. Emily Fink is up first. She's considered to be one of the nation's leading authorities on battered woman syndrome.
Eleanor, you're doing great. You haven't really asked for my advice, but could I give you some? Lindsay killed an unarmed man. Science cannot explain that. Only Lindsay can. Battered woman syndrome, that's your device. It entitles the jury to set her free if they want to. They won't want to unless they hear from Lindsay. And Bobby, too.
Eugene thinks Walsh is gunning for Bobby.
He may be. Look, I know you guys know this, but the burden of proof isn't on the prosecution here. The burden of an excuse is on you.
People mistakenly associate battered woman syndrome with revenge. It isn't that.
What is it, Doctor?
Well, mostly, it's an extreme stress disorder. It's a mental disorder, which can cause the sufferer to lose mental control over his or her actions.
Did you examine Lindsay Dole, Doctor?
Yes, I did. This woman was the victim of repeated abuse, the abusers being her own clients. She had buried a lot of fear. She had been in denial. In reality, she had no coping mechanisms with which to handle Mr. O'Malley's threats.
At the moment she shot him,
she doesn't remember it. She suffers from a psychological amnesia. She's walled it off from herself as a way of psychologically protecting herself.
You say you examined Lindsay Dole. For how long?
Several hours.
And before this examination, how long had you known Miss Dole?
I didn't know her.
Is it your testimony Miss Dole didn't know what she was doing when she pulled that trigger?
My testimony is, given her history of abuse, her fear or apprehension was reasonable.
But she likely knew what she was doing.
I don't know whether she did or didn't. Nor does she, because she's blocked it out.
Yes, the psychological amnesia. Have you ever known extreme guilt to trigger this kind of amnesia?
Yes.
In fact, my experts tell me psychological amnesia would be more common in people who commit murder than people who act in self-defense.
Each case is different, and really...
I appreciate that, but statistically, what's the more common cause of psychological amnesia? Murder or justified self-defense?
I'm not comfortable speaking in statistics.
Let me ask again. What is the more common cause of psychological amnesia? Murder or justified self-defense?
Murder.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm gonna go next, and then we'll finish with you.
Okay.
We need to study the transcripts of our statements.
I've studied it.
It's a good idea to go over it again. We don't want to get caught in so much as a discrepancy.
I've studied it, Bobby. They're not gonna catch me. Study yours.
It's going very well. You do know that.
I do.
I'm going to study my statement.
Good.
I consider myself friends with both Lindsay and Bobby. Between the two of them, I think Bobby is more likely to kill somebody.
Why are they even talking to him?
Not saying he did it. I just know he's gallant. And that he'd take the fall for his wife if necessary. I just have my doubts. Reasonable doubts. I hope that helps.
She started to unravel even during the trial.
When you say unravel,
She started having emotional tantrums to the point where she said she wanted to lose the trial.
the trial in which you were defending Lawrence O'Malley.
Yes. He kept staring at her in court, saying how he'd take her to heaven, and she started to come undone. We were all worried about her.
At some point, you took out a restraining order against this man.
Yes, but it didn't matter. He just kept coming.
Turning your attention back to the night in question, can you please tell us what happened?
I was in the bedroom. I heard Lindsay scream for me. I came running out. There he was.
O'Malley?
Yes. I asked him to leave. He wouldn't. I threatened to throw him out. And then he just turned.
He turned?
He was a paranoid schizophrenic who suffered from psychotic breaks. And it looked like he was becoming psychotic here. Then he looked at Lindsay and told her she was in danger. Told her the other man was coming for her.
What did you do?
I kept asking him to leave. I didn't want to antagonize him because I knew that's what makes him snap. But it was as if he didn't even hear me. He had this crazed look like he was just going to explode or something. And then he threatened her again. And she just shot the gun. I looked at her. She had this vacant, dazed expression as she fired. She put the gun down, and then she went to her room.
And what did you do?
I called the police. And then I went in to check on Lindsay. She didn't even know what happened. She didn't know she had shot him. It seemed like she was just gone.
Thank you.
You said your wife started to unravel during the O'Malley trial.
Yes.
When?
Well, it happened almost immediately. He called her Clarice and made his obsession known from the beginning.
But your wife didn't beg off. She continued to interact with him and be his lawyer.
Yes.
In fact, you even had your wife handle Mr. O'Malley's direct testimony.
That was a strategic decision.
Your wife is becoming unglued? But for the sake of getting this cannibal off, best to let her keep going.
At the point Lindsay did her direct, she was still basically okay. It was after that she really started to suffer.
Did you get her to a doctor?
I was planning to.
You were planning to? You wouldn't be lying now to help save your wife, would you, Mr. Donnell?
Objection.
Overruled.
I'm not lying.
After she shot the man, you said you saw a dazed, vacant look in her eyes.
Yes.
Did you tell the police this?
The police never asked what she looked like.
Isn't it true, after witnessing the event, you knew your wife had committed murder?
That is not true.
That is not true?
That is not true.
There's a gunshot victim?
Yes. We need an ambulance right away at 1312 Beacon.
And who shot the man?
A man has been shot. Please get an ambulance to 1312 Beacon.
When the operator asked you who shot the man, why didn't you just tell her?
It wasn't necessary to tell her.
Wasn't necessary. So a man is lying on your floor with 3 gunshot wounds, and you're deciding what is or isn't necessary to tell the police operator. You called the police. Call anybody else?
I called Eugene Young.
A lawyer.
A colleague and friend.
In fact, you huddled with Mr. Young, Miss Frutt, another colleague and friend, Mr. Berluti over there, another colleague and friend, and after the huddle, did you tell the police what happened?
Objection. This goes to privileged.
I'm not asking what the colleagues and friends talked about. I'm asking whether he talked to the police that night.
The objection is overruled.
Did you tell the police what happened?
My wife had to get to a hospital.
Did you tell the police?
I had to be with my wife.
Did you consider yourself suspects?
We talked to the police the next day.
The next day, your lawyers organized a meeting at your offices under your control where the police could ask questions.
Yes.
Mr. Donnell, we've heard testimony of another client who terrorized your wife, a man by the name of William Hanks. What happened to him?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled.
What happened to Mr. Hanks?
He was killed.
He was murdered. By a man you did business with, correct?
By a man I used to represent.
You had a conversation with this man. This man then murdered Mr. Hanks. And you were arrested for conspiracy to commit murder.
I was acquitted.
I smell a pattern. Threaten Lindsay Dole, you get killed.
Objection!
Sustained.
What happened?
Bobby got picked apart while Eleanor sat on her hands.
It didn't go that bad. The direct was fine.
It sucked, Jimmy, okay? It looked like we had something to hide. Bobby played it like we had something to hide. They introduced the Hanks case, which should have been objected to as a prior bad act.
Bobby's not the defendant.
You should have been jumping up and down.
Well, I'm ready to jump now, Lindsay.
All right.
No, what do you want from us?
Shut it down, Eleanor.
What I can't get by is in that room. In that room, when you all...
What room?
My bedroom. When... You all came, and instinctively, you looked at this as a murder. You all powwowed with strategy. Because you were at a murder scene. None of you have ever looked at this as self-defense or battered woman. And you're doing everything you can to get me acquitted, and I am just so grateful. I am, but in your eyes, your minds, I committed a crime. And maybe in mine, too. He had no weapon. He wasn't even moving, and he was just standing there, talking, and I just shot him. I just killed him.
It's okay if you get emotional. That won't hurt you. It's important to talk about how you feel.
Okay.
Obviously, you can't say some of the things you said yesterday. You can't, you know.
Okay.
Look at me. None of us think of you as a murderer. Because you're not. The lawyer part of ourselves kicked in that night because that's who and what we are. But nobody in this office thinks what happened that night was murder.
Okay.
You snapped. I was there. I saw it. You snapped.
Okay.
You say it all started to come back. Can you tell the jury what came back?
First Hinks. Because Hinks tried to kill me too. Hinks stalked me. It was first Hinks. It was Hinks first, then Vogelman.
Vogelman?
George Vogelman. He was a client. He stabbed me. He was a client. His name was George, and he was a client. He stabbed me 3 times.
And Mr. O'Malley brought memories of these men back.
First Hinks, then Vogelman. 3 times.
Lindsay, did you ever see a doctor or a therapist to help you deal with the trauma over Hinks and Vogelman?
I did for a while, but then I had to be okay, so I was okay. I had to be okay.
Why did you have to be okay?
Because I'm not a victim. I can't be a victim. That's why I opened the door.
What door?
My door. When he came, O'Malley, I knew it was probably him, but I opened my door anyway. I wasn't gonna be a victim. It was my house.
And after you opened the door?
I killed him.
What happened before you killed him?
He was there to kill me. He came to take me to heaven. That's why He came to take me to heaven.
And you perceived what he meant was?
He was about to kill me. He said, I am taking you to heaven, just like... That's why I said it. I told him, you go on ahead without me, and then I shot him 3 times, just like Vogelman, 3 times. I was afraid he'd kill me. O'Malley, Vogelman did try to kill me. He stabbed me. O'Malley stabbed too. That's how he killed his victims. I wasn't gonna let him eat me.
I have nothing further.
After he said, I'm going to take you to heaven, you said, you go on ahead without me?
Yes.
And then you shot him?
Yes.
3 times?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing further.
I don't think actually she hurt herself. She seems on the verge.
She is.
You want me to try for a plea? They're not offering, but I think...
Jimmy thinks we didn't get hurt.
You go on ahead without me? Walsh is going to be ringing that like the Liberty Bell.
She looked nuts, which is okay for the jury to see.
You ready to close?
Am I ready? I stayed up all night getting ready. The answer is... I have no idea if I'm ready.
You need to come through here, Eleanor. You need to close big.
It's different than it used to be. Defense attorneys, prosecutors, we used to be the advocates that stayed out of the fray. And though we interacted with murderers every day, we were off limits. Now, it's different. Death threats are made against district attorneys. Defendants attack their own lawyers. Lindsay Dole's life was threatened 3 times by clients. Stalked, stabbed, terrorized. She is a victim of abuse, and you saw firsthand the mental effects during her testimony. Mr. Walsh began this trial with the presumption he never would have fired the gun, and neither would any of you. First off, really? A serial killer who strikes so fast and unexpectedly that has to be handcuffed and muzzled at his own trial shows up at your house threatening to kill you. Are we really sure none of us would have fired? Secondly, neither Mr. Walsh's state of mind nor yours is an issue here. It's Lindsay Dole's. As a sufferer of battered woman syndrome, as a victim of past threats from clients, attempts on her life, being stabbed, her mental state was in a much more fragile place. She was ready to snap even before he rang that doorbell. Since this whole thing turns on Lindsay's state of mind, we put her on the stand in hopes that you would get to know her a little. Because to know her is to be convinced of her innocence. But you didn't get to see Lindsay today. You got to see a battered woman squeezing her hands, still in trauma, determined not to be the victim she very much is. When you go back into that room, it is okay to ask yourself, what is the moral thing to do here? It isn't putting Lindsay Dole in jail. Please return a finding of not guilty. Thank you.
I still get moved to hear lawyers speak passionately about their clients. Somebody asked me once, don't you wish prosecutors got to have clients, somebody to fight for? Well, we do. You, people, are my clients. The general public, that's who I get to fight for. And as much compassion as I feel for Lindsay Dole, and I do feel it, this was an act of vigilantism. Vengeance. She threatened earlier in the day to kill him. She got herself a gun, and she did kill him. He was not moving toward her. There was no evidence that he yelled, made any aggressive gesture or movement toward her. He said he would take her to heaven, and she shot him 3 times. The phone calls. Her voice was calm, composed. Bobby Donnell's phone call clearly demonstrated he knew his wife was culpable. He refused to identify her as the shooter. Why would he do that if he thought the shooting was justified? Why the immediate assembly of lawyers? The refusal to speak to police? This is consistent with the behavior of guilty people. Are these people above the law? If you decide they are, the general public isn't served. If we're to say cold-blooded homicides are okay so long as there's been a pattern of past abuse, the general public isn't served. He was unarmed. He was standing 15 feet away, standing still. And she said to him, "You go on ahead without me," and shot him 3 times. Now, as much as the defense would like you to focus on who and what Lindsay Dole is, this trial isn't about that. It's about what she did. And what she did was murder. If you condone that, or even excuse it, the general public isn't served. The law isn't served. And I'm sorry, Miss Frutt. but neither is morality.
Can I say one thing? I'm sorry I got upset at you yesterday, Eleanor. I think you tried an amazing case. Thank you. I'm grateful to all of you. And I'm also so sorry that I put the firm I'm grateful and I'm sorry. That's what I want to say.
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreperson, the jury has reached a unanimous verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Lindsay Dole on the count of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, Lindsay Dole, guilty.
Bailiff, take the defendant into custody. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for your service. You're now dismissed. This matter is adjourned.
You stink.
Previously on the practice.
Smoking crack.
Please just get me out.
If I get you out, you go into rehab immediately.
I promise.
Central line started to come loose from the uterine wall, and there was cocaine in her body. The baby, little girl, 3.5 pounds.
Sorry.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. 2 lovers and they're both dead? You think just because you got away with it last time, you can get away with it whenever?
Yes.
He has a narcissistic personality disorder. He commits a crime where it's impossible not to convict him, and the game is still getting away with it.
Well, win or lose, won't this be fun?
Were you trying to wrestle the knife away, or were you trying to kill him?
It went into him during the struggle.
It went in by accident?
How many ways can I say it?
We find the defendant, Joseph Herrick, not guilty.
God, she's really getting a personality. All right, I'm out of here.
Who'd you kill?
Good to see you too, Eleanor. Have you put on weight?
We're busy, Joey. Who'd you kill?
Very cute. Can't anybody say, hey, good to see ya? Who's that?
Mine. What are you doing here?
You have a baby.
Joey, why are you here?
Why don't we start by asking where I've been for the last 3 years? Law school. Ta-da! Passed the bar in February. We're now all learned brothers.
You're a lawyer?
And a good one, so far.
Wait. You went to law school, took the bar exam.
It was my therapist's idea. He thought one way of weaning myself off of killing people was to help others who did get away with it. I've got a case now, that's why I'm here.
Case? What kind of case?
Homicide. I don't slum. The problem I'm having is this. I think the kid might actually be innocent. And as good as I am, my conscience says I should bring someone else on board with experience.
So, in addition to getting a law degree, you also picked up a conscience?
Drives like new, hardly any miles on it. It's serious, Bobby. I never admit this publicly, but I could really use some help. It starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm ready. I can do this. And I could do it alone, and I'm prepared to if I have to. But to be honest, with an innocent kid's life on the line, believe it or not, I don't want to. Come on, what do you say? You, me, Ellie? It'll be fun. It's like old times.
You're actually helping him? And you?
Come on. I can't resist.
But he's a murderer.
We only know that because we represented him.
Even so, we also know he's clinically sick.
Look, the ship has sailed. I said I'd help.
Jimmy, it's someone from Brigham Hospital.
Jimmy Balloon. Hi.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Hey, shh. This is Lucy Hatcher. She works with me. She also works for Rape Crisis.
I feel so stupid.
What happened?
You're gonna be mad, Jimmy. I'm still...
Prostitution.
It was a trick. He just went crazy. I'm so sorry.
Where's your baby?
She's with a friend. She's okay.
So, what happened? One of your tricks beat you up?
He raped me. And then he beat me up.
He raped you? The sex wasn't consensual?
No. I mean, it probably would have been. I mean, we went to a room, too, but as soon as we got there, he just wigged out. It was like he had this thing against hookers, like we were evil. I told him to get out, and he raped me.
Do you think you might recognize him if the police showed you some photographs?
He gave me his name. I told it to the police.
The body of Jean Homestead was found in an alley off of Tremont Street, a deep gash in the back of her head, the apparent victim of a mugging. That's the way it looked, because that's the way that Daniel Carrington wanted it to look. But that is not the way she died, ladies and gentlemen. The evidence will show overwhelmingly the defendant drove to the victim's house, murdered Mrs. Homestead in her bedroom, then drove her body back into Boston and dumped her into that alley. The evidence will establish the defendant and the victim were having an affair, and when the victim tried to end the relationship, the defendant murdered her.
The homicide rate in this country, this city, our city, the proud city of Boston, is starting to climb. And people like me, you, getting damn sick of it. For one, I'm fed up with exalting civil rights to the point where the criminal enjoys more constitutional privileges than we do. Enough already. If a person kills another human being, I don't give a rat's ass whether he suffers from schizophrenia, substance abuse, an overbearing mother. I say put the son of a bitch in jail. It's how I feel. It may be how some of you feel, too. Certainly how the government feels, and I salute them for it. But every once in a while, in their zeal, their haste to make sure a murder is avenged, they get it wrong, and they arrest the wrong person. My heart goes out to Jean Homestead's husband sitting there, and her son. We all want to catch the person who killed Jean Homestead. But Daniel Carrington is not that person. They've arrested the wrong man.
Jimmy, the police questioned the guy.
What's his story?
They went back to her place. He didn't know she was a hooker. After they had sex, she announced she was. Tried to extort him for $10,000. He refused and left.
And you believe that?
Jimmy, the examination didn't reveal any vaginal bruising or tearing.
You see her face. You think she did that to herself?
I can't rule out the possibility that she did.
Why?
This is a hooker with a drug problem. Listen, even if she's telling you the truth, a prostitute takes a man to a room to have sex, then claims the sex wasn't consensual. I'm not that good a DA.
Both blows came to the back of the skull. The second one, this one, was fatal. It crushed both the skull and the brain stem. Death likely came instantly.
And did you make any other findings that you find significant?
Several. There were no other bruises, scratches, no skin scrapings under her nails, no indication of a struggle.
And what did that tell you?
Well, that it's highly unlikely she was mugged or overpowered. Much more likely she was simply struck on the back of the head.
Anything else?
We found small traces of semen in the vaginal area. We submitted samples for DNA analysis. They were an exact genetic match with the defendant.
Thank you, Doctor.
First of all, Doctor, let me applaud you on your ability to crunch your testimony. So many experts, especially doctors, just rattle on at such technical talk. It's either boring or incomprehensible. I salute you, sir.
Thank you.
I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but I can't take issue with a single thing you said. I agree with all of it. So, I'm going to sit down so we can move on. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one thing. It is possible for her to be mugged and dragged into the alleyway without showing any physical signs, such as bruising or fingernail scrapings?
Yes, it's possible.
Excellent. Thanks.
One other thing. If my client had intercourse with the victim several hours before her death, semen evidence could still be found, couldn't it?
Yes.
So, it's possible my client and the victim had sex. She was later hit on the head and killed by somebody else. Your findings don't exclude that possibility, do they, Doctor?
No.
Thank you.
How'd I do?
He raped me. And it would be your word against his. Do you know who he is?
Russell Mathis.
He's a very prominent lawyer. He would be perceived to be more credible than a hooker with a drug history. Look, I'm your friend. There's nothing to be done here.
Maybe not criminally. I would think Mr. Mathis would like us to go away without any noise. I'll go pay him a visit, Jimmy.
I'm ending it now, Danny. I can't see you anymore. I'm married, and the truth is, you're beginning to frighten me a little. I just need you to stay away.
That was identified as the voice of the victim?
Identified by her husband, yes.
Where was this message found, Detective?
On the defendant's voicemail, recorded at 6 minutes past 9 on January 17th.
And according to the coroner's findings, when did Mrs. Homestead die?
Her body temperature indicated that she died about 10 p.m. that same night.
Did you make any findings as to where she died, Detective?
Our conclusion was that she died in her own bedroom. There were microscopic blood spatterings on her bedpost as well as the carpet. The blood matched up genetically to the victim. We believe she was killed there and then moved.
Any other evidence lead you to this?
We also found microscopic blood splatterings in the defendant's car. Blood that also belonged to the victim.
Thank you, Detective.
Well, things really look bleak for our side, don't they? Now, I imagine that's why you arrested my client. The phone message, the blood splatterings, the affair. Well, come to think of it, that would be it, wouldn't it? I mean, that's your entire case. Blood, phone message, and affair. Right, Detective?
And his semen.
Right, well, I was sort of including that with affair. Any weapon?
No.
Any evidence? Physical, forensic, testimonial that my client was in the victim's bedroom that night?
His semen.
Well, the coroner's already admitted that they could have made love earlier, maybe even someplace else. Do you disagree with the coroner on that, Detective?
No.
And this blood you're talking about, microscopic, you said. So if we took all this blood and pulled it together, the blood you found both in her bedroom and my client's car, more or less than a paper cut, Detective?
Probably less.
Gee, it doesn't look as bad for us as I thought.
Objection.
Is it wise to be smug, Joey?
Oh, Danny, that was nothing. Ask Eleanor.
Have they offered any kind of plea here?
Second degree? It's laughable.
What are you willing to take?
We thought an acquittal would be nice.
Yes, besides that. Danny, would you consider manslaughter?
Joey thinks we can win.
This is Joey's first murder trial.
Bobby.
He needs to hear that, Joey.
You don't think we can win?
Yes, you have a shot here. But your lawyer's opinions are colored by his ego.
Bobby.
This is what you get for making me second chair. If you don't already know this, you need to as we go forward.
I've trusted Joey this far. I'm going to keep trusting him.
How is he?
He's good. The jury loves him. It kills me to admit it.
Admit what? Hi, Helen. You know, I've been having these nasty little hetero dreams of you.
What? Joey, the blood in the car is a problem. I hope you don't plan to argue paper cut.
Oh, no. The beloved husband is up next. He's what you call Plan B.
Wait a second.
He has no alibi.
It doesn't matter. Do you have any evidence that he killed her?
No.
Well, then you don't Plan B, not the widower.
Eleanor.
If you accuse the husband with nothing to back up the accusation, your client will get convicted.
I agree.
Bobby, Eleanor, I recognize that I don't have your experience, but one thing I do know, Plan B, that's where the practice of law is delicious.
Mr. Belluti, Mr. Mathis can see you now.
You can close the door, Pauline.
Yes, sir.
It's a conclusion of a rape crisis counselor that she was raped. She tells me she was raped, and I believe her.
You believe her. Your client set me up, Mr. Belluti. She had relations only then to tell me what her occupation was, and then she attempted to extort me.
Did she give herself the black eye?
Perhaps she did. I assure you I didn't. Why are you here?
The district attorney's office has to prove its case beyond all reasonable doubt. In civil cases, as you know, the burden is much less. She makes for a credible witness.
Get to the punchline.
We settle now or sue you tomorrow. None of those people would ever know.
On your way out, Mr. Belluti, take a glance at the artwork on the walls. We are a very rich law firm, Mr. Belluti. It's a byproduct of having many excellent lawyers. Go forward with this extortion. I'll deploy the attorneys here to destroy both your client and you.
And that's not extortion?
No, it isn't. Because I didn't rape your client. You may leave now, Mr. Belluti.
I thought maybe Jean was out with friends, though it wasn't like her not to leave me a message. Finally, around midnight, I began calling some of her friends, and then at 3 a.m., I phoned the police.
Mr. Homestead, I know that this is very difficult, sir, but did you have knowledge of your wife's affair with the defendant?
I had learned about it a week before.
And how did you find out, sir?
Jeannie had been in therapy, and her therapist implored with her that she tell me.
And as a result of your finding out,
We had some very severe arguments, ending with a recommitment by both of us to our marriage.
And as for the defendant?
She planned to break it off with him.
Do you know if she did that, sir?
She said she had 3 conversations, telling him that...
Objection, hearsay.
Withdrawn.
Joey.
Let it in, Eleanor.
No, this is...
The objection is withdrawn, Your Honor. I think we should all hear this.
Would you continue, sir?
She said that he was having a difficult time accepting that they would not be seeing one another again. Jean even thought that she might eventually have to get a restraining order.
Why?
She was becoming afraid of him.
Did she use that word, sir? Afraid?
Yes. She was concerned that he might try to hurt her.
Thank you, sir.
Well, now I wish we hadn't withdrawn our objection at all if I knew you were going to say that.
Mr. Herrick.
So, your wife told you the things she'd been discussing with her therapist?
Yes.
Has she engaged in any other affairs?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Has she talked to you Perhaps about being unusually attracted to a younger man. An attraction that both she and her therapist considered unhealthy. Mr. Homestead, did she tell you she'd been sexually attracted to another man? A younger man?
Yes.
A man that she had once even kissed?
Yes.
Sir, do you see that man in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you identify him for the court, please?
My son. Her stepson.
Well, isn't this exciting?
Objection.
Withdrawn. Sir, how many hours were you home alone before notifying the police that your wife was missing?
I don't know. Around 5 hours.
Forgive me, sir, but I have to ask the question that's on everybody's mind. Did you kill your wife?
Objection.
Overruled. Obviously, it wasn't over like she said between her and my client. They found his sperm. She clearly lied to you. She has an affair. You learn she kisses her stepson, your son. Then you find out she's lying and still sleeping with the man she claims to be afraid of. If indeed she said that, only you know for sure. Did you kill your wife?
No, I did not.
I don't believe you.
Objection!
Mr. Herrick, nothing further, Your Honor.
He doesn't need us, Bobby. He's not even letting us in on all of his cards. We're simply sitting in a courtroom as spectators to be impressed, which is exactly what his narcissistic disorder is all about. He needs other people to see his achievements in order for him to enjoy them.
Well, we can't get out now, Eleanor.
We were just talking about you, Joey. Nice little bombshell.
Wasn't it, though?
Why didn't you tell us about it?
Oh, come on, it ruined the surprise. Now, the question becomes, do I let Daniel testify? Things are going so well.
Does he have any skeletons?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then he has to testify. He has to explain the semen.
And the blood in his car.
I could rest now. I'd argue they didn't make their burden.
Joey, things aren't going that well. You need to put him up there.
I'll do whatever you want. But Jennifer, we're not going to win this. He's prepared to put an army of lawyers on this. I think we should just let it go.
The man rapes me, and I'm supposed to just let it go?
Mr. Belluti?
Yes.
First, I'm going to deny saying everything I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I don't know if Mr. Mathis did what you're saying he did, but there's a junior partner at my firm. Keeps asking me what's going on. It's like he's too interested, you know. I think he knows something.
What's his name?
Like I say, we never had this conversation.
Jimmy, draft a complaint. Move for an emergency deposition to be taken prior to filing the complaint.
Can you do that?
But if there's a danger the evidence could be lost, this junior partner will have a lot of pressure put on him. You need to get him in a room now and put him under oath.
File the complaint, counsel.
We're happy to do that, Your Honor. I would think the defendant would seek to explore ways of making this go away before we file, since filing makes it public record.
That kind of threat is evidence of the extortion.
Look, I have the automatic right to depose him after we sue. We're happy to take that route.
Mr. Belluti, don't insult me. The only reason you're not formally suing is because by doing so, your card is played and you lose leverage. This thing has a bad stench to it. But, Mr. Miles, It's not a question as to whether he can depose this lawyer. This motion only covers timing.
We're even willing to come to your place.
I'm going to allow the deposition. But, Mr. Belluti, like I say, I don't like the stench.
We had gone to a club.
At 6 p.m.? A little early, isn't it?
It was an underground club. Mostly gay. But a lot of heterosexuals went there primarily to have sex.
They had sex in the club?
Yes.
And you and Gene Homestead went to this club on the night of the murder?
Yes.
Daniel? What did you do there?
We danced. We made love.
What time did you leave?
Probably around 8 or 9. I drove her home.
Did you go inside?
No. I dropped her off, then I went home.
You never went back to her house?
No.
Well, did you receive her phone message?
No, that message was left on my business cell, which she would know I wouldn't get. That message was left to set me up.
Objection.
Stand. Daniel, what about those microscopic traces of blood that were found in the back seat of your car?
I have no idea. I mean, she's certainly been in the back seat of my car many times. Sometimes we even made love there.
Anybody see you and Mrs. Homestead at this club?
I'm sure people did. No one's come forward.
It's funny how not one waitress, not one bartender, not one patron remembers seeing you there.
It's a pretty crowded place.
Any witnesses to establish that you were home alone the night of the murder?
There were witnesses. I wouldn't have been alone.
Ever been convicted of a felony, Mr. Carrington?
Once. Many years ago.
What was it?
Assault.
Assault and battery. You beat up a girlfriend, didn't you, Mr. Carrington?
I pushed her.
Pushed her, and she was hospitalized with 3 broken ribs. Wasn't she, Mr. Carrington?
Did you know about that conviction?
So what? He was only 19 at the time.
It doesn't matter. That felony was reason enough to keep him off the stand.
You told me to put him on.
Did you know he beat up a former girlfriend?
Well, the jury had to hear his story.
How about you letting us in on all the facts from now on?
Just to help me prepare my closing.
I'll meet you back at the office.
I have no information whatsoever.
What's your relationship with Mr. Mathis?
I work with him. We're both lawyers in the same firm.
You socialize together?
No, we do not.
Were you in the Palmer House Hotel on the evening of April 12th?
No, I was not.
Do you have any information concerning the events involving Mr. Mathis on April 12th?
Asked and answered.
I will answer it again. I don't know what you're talking about, and I have no information.
Do you know Jennifer Cole?
No, I do not.
Ever heard of her before?
Only in connection with this lawsuit.
Okay. We're done.
You can go, Mark. You also, please. If you go forward with this lawsuit, Mr. Belluti, this is the counterclaim that awaits you. Never mind abuse of process, there are counts of libel, defamation of character.
You can't sue me for what I allege in a complaint.
Oh, we will. And truthfully, I hope we lose the first go-round. That'll give us a chance to go to the appeals court, possibly the SJC. I hope you like working on this case, Mr. Belluti, because for the next 3 years, you'll have time for little else.
Sorry we're late. We were held up in court and we all wanted to come over together.
What is this?
This is an army, Mr. Mathis. See, you may have thought to yourself, nobody's going to take up the cause of a lowly prostitute. But you were wrong. Jennifer Cole is a friend of this firm. We care about Jennifer Cole. We stand committed to exercising Jennifer Cole's rights. I guess what I'm trying to say, Mr. Mathis, if you want a war, you've got one.
You think you're ready to challenge the resources of this law firm?
Do some research. We've been up against big firms before and beaten them for a lot of money.
A reputation is a terrible thing to waste, Mr. Mathis.
You people are what give lawyers a bad name.
No, lawyers who rape give us a bad name.
Look, we can fight or we can settle this. But like Eugene Young said, if it's a fight you want, you're in for a big one. And win or lose, you lose.
$175,000. All conditioned on total confidentiality.
175,000?
I think we should take it.
Okay.
We'll have to check tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
But Jennifer, listen. This guy Mathis, if he's capable of rape, we just left him pretty hot. I don't want you ever going back to the Palmer house.
I won't.
You have a little girl, Jennifer. She needs you. The other night, you could have been killed. You need to start over.
I will, Jimmy. And not just for her, but for you.
You don't owe me nothing.
I owe you my life, Jimmy. And I'll never forget it.
She told her husband she feared Daniel Carrington, feared that he might hurt her, and she's found dead. Dead with traces of Daniel Carrington's semen in her. Her blood is found in Daniel Carrington's car. Come on. He previously beat up and hospitalized another girlfriend. All the evidence in this case points to him, and what's his story? They made love in a bar? Nobody saw them in this bar. Not one patron, not one waitress or bartender. There was a message from the victim breaking off the relationship, a message to the defendant left 1 hour before she was murdered. There is no doubt here, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Carrington murdered Jean Homestead.
I certainly understand the theory that Danny did it. His sperm, blood, phone message. Makes perfect sense to jump to that conclusion, doesn't it? But we don't jump to conclusions in murder trials. The evidence has to establish guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. Now, have they really done so here? They certainly didn't rule out that they made love at the club or that Danny was alone at home. Well, let's face it, we really can't rule out the husband, can we? He had motive, opportunity, no alibi. What about the stepson, for that matter? And his stepson embroiled in an Oedipal affair. Certainly capable of twisted turns. Doesn't even stop there. Suppose Danny Carrington had another lover. No evidence, to be sure, but they didn't even investigate that. And is it really that far-fetched? The other lover gets wind of the little session at the club, goes to the victim's house, threatens her, forces her to make that phone call to implicate Danny. Then he or she kills the woman, dumps her in the alley, knowing full well who the police will blame. He or she even plants that little blood speck in his car. Now, Danny is the obvious suspect. It could have been anybody. Maybe one of you. Maybe the judge. Maybe me. Now, could have been a bonehead stupid murder by Danny, or one of the more perfect variety by somebody else to frame her. The husband, the stepson, a female lover, a big, gay, sick lover, anybody. The simple truth is, we don't know. Certainly not beyond all reasonable doubt.
They sent you with the check?
No, the check is coming by messenger. May I see you in private, Mr. Berluti? I'm a man of conscience, which made yesterday one of the most difficult days in my life. I lied in my deposition, Mr. Berluti.
I had a hunch.
I don't think you had this particular hunch. About 6 weeks ago, I met Jennifer Cole in the Palmer house. She passed herself off as a young advertising executive. We got a room, made love, after which she informed me that she was a prostitute. And if I didn't give her $10,000, she would tell my wife. Or cry rape. Here's a copy of my check. There's nothing to be done now. Your case is settled. But these are people with families, Mr. Berluti. It's difficult for me to stay quiet, knowing she's going to do this again.
Did you kill her?
Bobby, I was throwing out a hypothetical.
I don't think so, Joey. This totally fits your narcissistic disorder. The only reason we were at that table was to be an audience for that smile. You did it, and you wanted us to know you did it.
You've been watching too much television.
Did you and Danny used to be lovers?
Well, now that you mention it. That's how I got the case.
I'm going to the DA.
Oh, please, Bobby, the jury's out. If we win, you've got nothing to say. If we lose, well, DA's just loved and brought conviction stuff. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to listen.
I think you want to lose. That's why you put your guy on the stand with a felony conviction and that closing.
Well, wait. What was wrong with my closing?
It was ridiculous. Maybe the judge did it. Maybe a juror did it.
I also said maybe the lawyer did it. That part you seem to believe.
You killed her.
Bobby. You think I'm evil?
You murdered his lover, framed him, got yourself put on as his lawyer to guarantee he goes away.
Well, I must say it does sound worthy of me.
Hi, everybody. What's the matter?
The name Mark Green didn't ring a bell with you, Jennifer. You cashed his check. You did the same thing to him you did to Mathis. Here's your check. Take it, walk out of this office, and never come back here again.
These people are rich, Jimmy. It's expensive, raising a child, and
The biggest problem your child has is having you for a mother. If I hear of this happening ever again, I'll go to the police and to social services to take that child away from you. Take the check, walk out, and never come back.
I'm so nervous.
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
In the matter of the Commonwealth versus Daniel Carrington, on the charge of murder in the first degree, we, the jury, find the defendant, Daniel Carrington, guilty.
We will appeal, Your Honor.
So noted. Members of the jury, this completes your service. Security, will you take the defendant into custody? We're hereby adjourned.
Danny, listen, don't lose hope. We will keep trying.
Well, what happens now?
Come right in. We're going to start talking about our appeal. Now, Danny, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, Danny. Remember, in the end, it's a good world. Well, guess you can't win them all.
If I can figure out a way to reveal what I know, I will.
Certainly you know the allegation that I tried to lose a case would be libel, per se. Listen, sometimes you have to accept unfortunate outcomes. All part of being a lawyer, isn't it? Right, Ellie? Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go try to dig up some new clients. Till we meet again.
Last season on The Practice.
We need to talk, Clarice.
There's a restraining order. You just screwed up.
I promise, I'm not here to cause anybody any harm. I just need to talk to her.
Get out before I throw you out.
You're in danger, Clarice. He is coming for you. Only I can save you.
Why don't you go on ahead without me?
Lindsay!
She just shot him dead in cold blood. This was first-degree homicide. We've heard testimony of another client who terrorized your wife. What happened to him?
He was killed.
He was murdered. And you were arrested for conspiracy to commit murder.
I was acquitted.
I smell a pattern. Threaten Lindsay Dole, you get killed.
Objection!
Lindsay killed an unarmed man. The burden of an excuse is on you.
None of us think of you as a murderer. Because you're not. I was there. I saw it. You snapped.
Okay. When he came, I knew it was probably him. But I opened my door anyway. I wasn't going to be a victim. It was my house.
And after you opened the door?
I killed him.
Madam Foreperson, the jury has reached a unanimous verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
We find the defendant, Lindsay Dole, guilty.
They're bringing her in.
Commonwealth versus Lindsay Dole, sentencing.
Mr. Walsh?
I have nothing, Your Honor, other than to remind the court that the crime for which Miss Dole was convicted is murder. The taking of human life is not only an act against that life, but a crime against law, humanity, the Commonwealth, and we feel that the statutory sentence is appropriate.
Mr. Young?
Your Honor, we would ask the court at this time to convert Miss Dole's conviction from first-degree murder to voluntary manslaughter.
The Commonwealth opposes.
You have before you the psychological examinations done by both the Commonwealth and the defense. which all conclude that Ms. Dole's state of mind was severely compromised at the time she committed this crime. The court can also take judicial notice of the facts. Ms. Dole did not act with any aforethought. There was no premeditation. Her own husband was in the line of fire. Now, while the jury was certainly free to reject the defense of legal insanity, Ms. Dole's actions just as certainly fall within the scope of heat of passion. A killer came to her door, threatened her, and she reacted. Your Honor can and should find that Ms. Dole committed her act while under the influence of extreme mental and emotional disturbance, for which there was a reasonable excuse. This fits the classic definition of manslaughter, not murder one, not murder two, but voluntary manslaughter. Accordingly, this verdict is contrary to the evidence. It is contrary to the law, and I would respectfully request that you adjust the verdict to the appropriate degree.
The jury heard testimony of how Ms. Dole threatened to kill the victim the very day of the shooting. Those were her words. The jury heard Ms. Dole's voice on the phone, evidencing a calm demeanor, no passion whatsoever, seconds before the shooting. Personally, I've never even seen a manslaughter with a gun. Manslaughter is usually a fist, a vehicle, a fight, sometimes a stabbing, but when a woman walks from her door, retrieves her purse, retrieves a handgun from within that purse, shoots the man who is still standing by the door, that's not manslaughter. And I will remind the court of something you already know. You are not entitled to simply substitute your judgment for that of the jury's. You can only override the first-degree conviction if you find there was no reasonable basis for it. Here, you cannot make such a finding. As such, I respectfully request that you allow the jury's verdict to stand.
Ms. Dole, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I would like to express my condolences to the family of Lawrence O'Malley. I would also like to assure the court the lack of remorse I seemingly demonstrated in my phone call to the police that night was more a product of my shock than the person I think and hope I am. I took a human life. I had the opportunity to retreat. I didn't do so. I accept responsibility for a homicide conviction. I committed a homicide. But given my shock and my fear and the underlying trauma I was experiencing from past assaults against me, I feel my judgment and state of mind were compromised, and that the crime I'm guilty of is more consistent with voluntary manslaughter. Thank you.
Did he say when he would rule?
No.
It's good that he took it under advisement.
But bad he wouldn't let us call witnesses. What is with the heat? You said it was being fixed.
It is. It should.
What the hell is wrong with it?
Do I look like a plumber?
A plumber fixes water, Rebecca. Tell me you didn't know that.
You want to get off my back, Eleanor.
What happens when your toilet clogs? You call an electrician?
My toilet never clogs, Eleanor. Do you have that problem?
What's that supposed to mean?
Not a thing.
Not a thing?
Only you seem a little edgy.
Eleanor, you do seem a little on edge.
I'm hot.
Fine. It'll all be fixed today.
We got a walk-up. Anybody?
Jimmy.
I took the last one.
No, I did.
Well, how about you, Eleanor?
I have Jamie Stringer at 10 o'clock, who, by the way, you called back.
Not just me. Eugene liked her.
Jimmy, just take the walk up.
It's always me.
James Berluti, Melissa Halpern.
Hi.
Hello. This is my daughter, Joey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How can I be of help?
Is there someplace you and I could speak privately?
Of course.
I told my daughter that this was just about insurance and so forth, but that isn't it. First, I need to know that what I tell you will remain confidential.
Absolutely. Please.
I wanted you to meet my daughter to, well, I guess for some perspective. 16 years ago, I kidnapped her. I was into drugs, and I got this inane notion that having to take care of a child would be a kind of a lifeline to... I just grabbed her out of a hospital when she was a newborn, and I've been raising her ever since.
Does your daughter know?
No, and it's imperative that she never find out. It would destroy her. I also have 2 small children, a family. I mean, if this ever got out, many lives would be destroyed.
So, why are you here?
I recently read a magazine article about 2 lives that have been destroyed, the birth mother and the woman they accused of stealing Joey.
Another woman was convicted?
No, they never pressed charges due to lack of evidence, but evidently the cloud of suspicion followed her, and, well, the irony is that she went on to get into some of the same drug problems that I was looking to escape. I don't want to turn myself in. It isn't an option. But 2 things in this article. The birth mother, she says the horror lives on every day of not knowing what happened, whether her daughter is dead or... She said that if she could just know that her daughter has a good life somewhere and is happy, and for the woman who was accused, she said if even one person could know she was innocent, even one. I would like you to go to the birth mother and tell her how happy and safe her daughter is. And then I would like you to go to the woman who was accused and tell her you know she's innocent. I have 2 money orders, each in the amount of $70,000. If I had more, I would pay them more. Can you do this for me, Mr. Berluti?
Obviously, your academic credentials are superb.
Thank you.
But I have to say, I'm curious with the offers you're getting. Why here?
Those offers are all civil. The only thing I've ever wanted to do is criminal, and this firm for criminal. I've been court buffing you guys for 2 years.
Really?
I was at the Lindsay Dole trial every day. I almost cut a final.
Any tips? We could use some pointers on that one.
Are you serious?
Well, sure.
Well, I'm sure I couldn't say anything that you haven't already thought about.
Just for fun. Why don't you throw it out?
Feels like a test. I thought it was a mistake to go with battered woman. It may be a viable theory, technically, but juries pretty much reject the abuse excuse. It seems desperate. I felt you cut your legs off at the top.
What else were we supposed to argue?
Straight self-defense. Wink, wink. It really would have amounted to jury nullification, but, and here's where I feel like you really dropped the ball. I'm sorry. I don't mean to...
No, go ahead.
What you did was characterize Lindsay as a crazy. You know, she snapped, she was outside of herself, she lost control. But the problem is, juries don't like to free nutsos. Instead of depicting her as aberrant, you should have portrayed her as every woman. You know, who wouldn't pull the trigger? The guy comes to her house.
We sort of did that.
Not enough, you didn't. You basically argued, we can't know what it's like to be her. She was in a different place. But I would have put the jury right in her shoes, right in that place. At least one of them would have pulled the trigger. The worst you get is a hung jury. Hindsight's always 20/20. I know.
I'm looking for Sally Burns.
I'm Sally.
My name is James Berluti. I represent the individual who kidnapped your daughter 16 years ago. I'm not at liberty to divulge this individual's name, but this person hired me to communicate to you that your daughter is safe and happy. The individual continues to parent your daughter. The individual feels great remorse for all the pain caused to you and sends to you this money order in the amount of $70,000. The individual wants you to know that he or she is very sorry for hurting you. That's all I'm at liberty to say.
What didn't you like about her?
I don't know. I just didn't.
You see a transcript?
Yeah, her grades were great. That's why we interviewed her. But the purpose of the interview is to see if we like her, and I didn't.
Beck, I want you to interview her.
Why? Hiring is supposed to be unanimous. If I didn't like her...
We're also supposed to have a group discussion. Rebecca is part of the group. She needs to interview her.
I thought she was great.
Yes, all the men think she's swell.
Why are you so testy?
Hey.
What's wrong?
What, I can't just pop in to say hi?
What's wrong?
Jimmy? Police got a visit from a woman named Sally Burns last night. You had to know she'd go to the police.
So what? It's attorney-client.
Not necessarily. A crime is ongoing.
What crime?
The kidnapping. The individual still has her. The crime is ongoing, Jimmy. Which means you can reveal.
Helen, I'm not going to tell. You know I'm not going to tell. What?
I'm going to get a judge to force you to tell.
No judge is ever...
I think you're wrong. We already know who she is. Bernice White, 56 years old, works as a waitress at the King Street Cafe. We'll get her one way or another. If she comes forward and cooperates, I'll give her 3 years. You have 24 hours.
You can't tell? You gave me your word.
Listen.
I didn't even want you to tell him.
He's a lawyer here. The privilege extends to all.
And now you're breaking the privilege.
Nobody's revealing your secret.
What are you telling me?
We're telling you the DA is trying to force us to reveal your identity. If she is successful...
God! Oh, my God!
Melissa, you need to calm down
I just
here.
wanted to help those people. I did not want to risk jail.
I can leave the room and come back later. Or you can calm down and listen to me now. We are not going to give you up. You need to be aware... Melissa. Melissa, I need your full attention now. You asked Mr. Berluti to contact the woman accused of the kidnapping.
Which I've been trying to do, but I haven't got her yet.
It is our opinion that we should no longer try to contact her, and here's why. They still think she's it. If we contact her, we'd effectively be telling the police it's not her, could be anybody. For your protection, it's best that she remains a suspect. I know you wanted to help, but there's too much risk in it.
Okay.
I also wanted to open up a bogus file for you. On the chance the police are watching this building to see who goes in and out. And the chances are good they are. I want a file explaining your presence here. We can create something under estate planning.
I have small children. I cannot go to jail.
Melissa, we are not going to let that happen.
Hi.
Hey. Rebecca will be right with you.
Great. I can't believe I even got called back again after...
What happened?
Well, My mouth tends to disclose what I think sometimes, and, well, I may have offended Miss Frutt.
Don't worry about it. I offended them when I walked in the door. I didn't think I'd last a week. That was 4 years ago.
Hi, Jamie?
Yes.
Rebecca Washington.
Very nice to meet you.
You too. We can go in here.
Miss Frutt, hello.
Hi.
Oh, Jimmy, this is Bernice White. She says that you've been calling her.
Yes, yes. James Berluti. Thanks for coming.
What's this about? Did I inherit something?
Actually, we thought you did. But it was another Bernice White. I'm very sorry.
What'd she get?
Sorry?
This other Bernice White, what'd she inherit?
Oh, only a few $100s, actually. Nothing.
Sure made it sound a lot more important than a few $100s.
Again, I apologize.
What's wrong?
Nothing. What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
So here we are then. Two people with nothing wrong. Did I blow it?
Blow what?
Lindsay's trial.
Eleanor.
That Hink stuff with you never should have come in.
You objected.
I objected once. For the record, I should have shut it down.
Look.
Abuse defenses statistically are losers.
We had to have something.
Battered woman syndrome is desperate. Even a third-year law student knows that.
This was a team defense.
But I tried it. I was the one up there. Come on. A serial killer with a restraining order? How could I not win? We have all won with much, much less.
Where is this coming from?
That little slut Rebecca is interviewing. She picked me to pieces. And she was right. We focused the jury on Lindsay being crazy when we should have argued how reasonable she was. How can I not have seen it?
None of us saw it.
Why? How could we all?
I think Lindsay was desperate to believe she snapped. She was desperate to believe she was crazy, Eleanor. So we became desperate to help her believe it. You didn't pull the trigger, Eleanor.
It's good talking to you, Bobby. You remember years ago we used to come in here at the end of the day and we'd just talk.
What happened?
I don't know. You have become a bit of an island, Bobby. You don't turn to others, even in your times of...
I've tried to be there. For her. For all of you.
That isn't exactly it. You're there when we need you, Bobby. But we all get a little desperate from time to time. For you to need us.
Look, it's a very tough thing we're asking for. Attorney-client privilege.
He knows where she is. She's alive, Miss Gamble, and this lawyer knows.
Sally,
He knows.
You have to understand. Legal ethics and morality are two different things. Sometimes they fly in the absolute face of each other.
Helen. I'm sorry. Can I talk to you for a second?
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Please.
Could you give me a minute?
Look, I'm not going to fight you on the merits of what you're trying to do here.
Good.
But I'm asking you to hold off. If it gets out our firm is helping a kidnapper to... Helen, you know the fallout. It might not necessarily affect Lindsay's disposition, but we do not need Judge West getting angry at us about something else.
I doubt this would have any bearing on Lindsay's fate.
But with the possibility, it could. Please.
When's he supposed to rule?
11 o'clock.
I'll push my motion to this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bobby likes her, as do I, and Rebecca, and Jimmy. What exactly bothered you about her?
I don't know. She seemed perky, suck-uppy, arrogant.
Perky, suck-uppy, arrogant.
Maybe it's that Harvard thing.
Look, given our current state of things, the Harvard grads aren't exactly flooding us with their resumes. This is a real prospect, Eleanor.
You didn't find her a little slutty?
Slutty?
Yes, she's got that giggly, flirty thing.
So now she's a giggly, flirty, suck-uppy, arrogant slut?
Look, I'm sure she's a great person. She's obviously very smart. I just didn't get a great hit, that's all.
Seeing as the rest of us did, and we need to hire, I vote we extend an offer.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay.
It's 11:45.
How you doing?
I'll let you know.
All rise. This court is in session. The Honorable Judge West presides. Be seated.
First, let me state for the record my disfavor for the legal gamesmanship. For the defense to argue diminished capacity, then to lose, only then to march into sentencing, claiming it was manslaughter, it strikes me as a disingenuous attempt to have two bites at the legal apple. That having been said, I am required to consider this second bite. And as I view the evidence, this case warrants a finding of voluntary manslaughter more than murder one. Had I been sitting on the jury, I most definitely would have voted that way. But I wasn't a juror in this case. I am the judge. And as the prosecutor correctly points out, a judge should only overturn a verdict if he finds no reasonable basis for it. I can't make that leap. I therefore uphold the verdict. Ms. Dole, you have been convicted of murder in the first degree. I am bound by the statute to sentence you to the Framingham Correction Facility for the remainder of your natural life. We are adjourned.
We have strong appeal. We have solid issues. Lindsay, we've got strong grounds. We go before the state Supreme Court next week. We are going to get you out.
She's holding up. She's going to be transferred tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna go back and be with her till then. Eleanor and I were talking last night, and she thought it'd be a good idea for me to lean on all of you a little more. Personally. I think I'll probably be doing that. Jimmy, we better go.
We will survive this. You'll survive it. And Lindsay will.
I know.
Bobby, I know you know. Factuals and legals aside, the emotional undercurrents of a case play a part with juries, with judges, even Supreme Court justices. You know that better than anybody, right? Bobby, look at me. Give me this appeal. I'll bring your wife home.
The identity of a client has never been privileged, Your Honor.
It has, when the disclosure of the identity would incriminate a person criminally.
Hold on a second, Mr. Berluti. Assuming your client enjoys privilege, so what? We've got a crime here. Person has been kidnapped. She could be in severe physical danger.
She's not in danger.
Says who? The kidnapper?
I've seen her. She's healthy.
Careful, counsel. You're about to make yourself a witness.
Your Honor, as you correctly imply, this is an ongoing crime. Mr. Berluti has knowledge as to who has the victim.
This is a past crime. It happened 16 years ago.
It happens every day. The girl is still being held.
She's not being held. She doesn't even know she's kidnapped. My client has been her parent.
Oh, come on. If a kidnapper went to a lawyer for the purpose of eluding capture, there's no doubt we would consider that an ongoing case.
That's not what's going on here.
Are you sure? She says she wants to help the victim. Maybe she's clever. Maybe she is using you to check the status of the investigation.
She's not doing that.
You say so. We don't know. The point is, it shouldn't matter. Sally Burns' daughter is still out there, in the hands of the person who took her. That's present tense, Your Honor. This is an ongoing case. Attorney-client privilege...
Even if she's right, that would give me the choice to break privilege. It would not incur an obligation on my part to do so.
If a person is in danger...
I have no knowledge or belief that any bodily harm would ensue. I don't have to break privilege, and I won't. And I submit to this court, in close cases, and this would be one, the doubt has to be resolved in favor of the client. If not, what are we left with? We can't have clients thinking privilege is vulnerable. When a person goes to a lawyer, he or she has to know this confidentiality will be upheld. Murderers get that privilege. Rapists, hijackers, they all get that privilege. Kidnappers do too.
Your Honor, I'd prefer to focus on the rights of the kidnapped victim here, who is still suffering.
She's not suffering.
All right. Ms. Gamble, from a moral standpoint, I'm with you. Ms. Burns, speaking as a mother, I can certainly feel for you. But as a judge, I have to side with Mr. Berluti. Attorney-client privilege is sacrosanct. It is paramount to our system of justice. The Commonwealth's petition is denied. We're adjourned.
How can you do this?
Ma'am?
She stole my daughter. She has my daughter. How can you do this?
Miss Burns.
You have no conscience.
Okay, Sally.
I want my daughter back.
Sally.
I want my daughter.
I would have thought they'd be open by 9 o'clock. Are you a client?
No. Are you?
Oh, no. I'm a lawyer. Actually, hoping to get a job here. They keep bringing me in for all these callbacks. I'm about to pull my hair out.
Is this considered a good place to work?
Oh, excellent. It's one of the top 3 criminal practices in the state.
The place to come if you're a criminal, huh?
Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
I'm a pretty good judge of character, Mr. Berluti. You strike me as a decent man.
I can't have this conversation.
Do you believe in God, Mr. Berluti?
Ms. Burns, I represent a person with interests contrary to yours. It would be unethical for me to have any dialogue with you.
Can you tell me what my daughter looks like?
No.
Can you tell me whether or not she's a good person?
I don't really know her, but she struck me as an excellent person.
Rebecca?
Eugene and I talked about it. We both agree. She probably exudes the most moral integrity, I think passion, too. Our grounds are good, but we're not going to win unless the justices, for some reason, want us to. So Beck's passion, I think, is our best strength.
Okay.
Listen, I thought about bringing Bobby here to say goodbye because, you know, I didn't want him to see you all shackled.
Yeah. When?
2. After his nap.
Okay. I'm never going to get out, am I, Bobby?
Of course you will.
I got the job.
Congratulations.
Oh, I don't believe it. I was so sure I offended you.
Me? Get out of town.
When do I start?
When can you start?
Hello, how about yesterday? Does yesterday work for you?
I think she's excited.
Oh, God. I need to call my parents. Oh.
What's going on?
Miss White,
No, never mind that.
what's wrong?
What's wrong? First, you're calling me saying it's really important that we meet. And then I see you on television concerning a crime that I have been suspected of for 16 years. So I'm asking you again, Mr. Berluti, what the hell is going on?
Bernice White, please place your hands behind your back.
What?
You're under arrest for kidnapping.
Hold on a second.
Jimmy?
I just want to know what's going on.
We're arresting your client, Jimmy.
No, I'm not his client. Tell them I'm not your client.
We neither confirm nor deny that she is our client.
What? Tell them!
We neither confirm nor deny she is our client.
Take her.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. These people called me.
The right to remain.
Tell them!
Say can
Eugene, we can't.
Jimmy, my office. By denying she's our client, we betray Melissa Halper.
Eugene, they basically just arrested that woman for entering our offices. I was the one who called her down here.
That is an unfortunate result, but we can't change it. We continue to honor the privilege. We say nothing.
That woman will be on the news tonight, pegged for the crime again.
Jimmy, she's not our client.
Okay, what about that? It's kind of hard to tell, but what is that one? Purple. Silly. No, blue. What if we put blue and yellow together? What does that make? What? Silly. Pink. That's right. You've got it. Like the rainbow. I want purple. Okay. Okay, Mommy's gotta go now. No. I'm gonna go live in a different place for a while. But you're gonna visit me all the time. Just like we talked about. Okay? I need a hug. Can I have a hug? Just a little itty bitty hug. I love you so much. Get me out. Please, get me out.
I will.
Please, Mommy. Please.
It's a circumstantial case, no doubt. But we have the eyewitness from 16 years ago whose description matched Bernice White. We know the kidnapper hired Mr. Berluti. We know Miss White has gone into Mr. Berluti's office twice in the last 2 days. Proving her guilty isn't my concern. Locating the girl, that may prove to be more difficult. A mother has been missing her child for 16 years. If Miss White has any sense of decency or humanity, she'll help us here. If she's got a conscience, we feel we have a real chance.
Next, on the practice.
A witness saw you leave with the baby. And now what the police aren't telling you, they've now located the woman you gave the baby to.
Bernice White confessed.
For a crime she didn't commit?
I'd like to represent Bernice. You lied to her.
I'm allowed to do that.
I'm going right into court.
And what was your proposal on lethal force?
Referring the court to Paige.
You have to have it ready.
Okay!
Is Rebecca really the one to argue? She's never even appeared before the appeals court. This is the SJC.
She's ready.
You stay